I think we all had those subjects in school that we just didn't really understand what the point was. We didn't really get it, especially towards like the later years. Like, yeah, in the beginning, like it's good to be well rounded and, learn a lot of different things. But for me, the class that just never really made sense to me was English class. I feel like it all went downhill when we had to start using those laptops for everything. I just think the whole concept of everything just kind of went down the toilet. And oh, my bad. I was never really a fan of like the 3 paragraph or 5 paragraph essays they made us write because like I thought it was dumb. I would even like say that in class, you know what I mean? Like I would just speak my mind, but I just never really know a scenario where that's the case. Like if you're at like Meyer, you bump into somebody on accident and they get all pissed off. It's like, oh, let me just write a 5 paragraph essay on how to de-escalate. They're just gonna hit you in the face. Like nobody has time for that. Nobody has time to type that. Nobody has time to read that. Like you got to use your word. It's all about right now. Like hurry up. You're not gonna write a 5 page paper talking about some book you read. Like you're gonna get laughed at. And it's every year too. Multiple times a year you gotta write a paper. And it's just like, bro, how many papers am I gonna have to write? And I'm just sitting there, I'm getting like frustrated and I'm like all this and I still don't know how to use a semicolon. They got me up on that laptop playing modern day fill in the lines with all these damn highlighters. Oh, annotate the word that did annotate the, and it's like, bro, I don't need to annotate anything. This poem is shorter than my pinky finger. It's always the poems too that are like very simple. It's like the door is brown and the sky is blue, and the English teachers like start crying. They got like their fist up by their mouth and they're just going crazy about it. It's like, bro, you know damn well if I turn that same essay or that same sentence in, and I know that I would literally get like an E because it wouldn't be complex enough. It's just like, what am I even doing? I just never really felt like I was learning anything in that class. And then you get to the end, you get to like when you need to take the test, and they know that everybody's going to fail it. They know everybody's going to get like a 20-30%, but they just accept it. I could take that test before I take the class. I'd get the same, if not better score than taking the class. But they still keep it in. And it's like, okay, like this is great. I always had my English classes towards the end of the day too. And for whatever reason, the room just always just smelled so bad. Like I would walk in and I just want to turn around and leave. It's like I don't even like really want to be here. Like most kids, oh, I don't want to be. It's like, bro, I'm literally about to leave. I remember one year it was so bad. I almost had to say something to the teacher because I'm just sitting there in my desk that for some reason always has like a hair salad on it. And I'm just sitting there and I'm leaning way back. I got the desk that's at like an obtuse angle. I'm leaning way back. My back hurts. Just to sit up straight, I'm like rounding my shoulder. Bad posture, just all the way around. And the teacher's up there, just rambling, like making everybody uncomfortable. And I'm like, I'm about to raise my hand. I'm like, yo, like, I don't know what that is. I don't know why everybody's acting like it doesn't exist. And it's the room too. It's like, it's not any one student. It just smells like that in there. I'm not like throwing shade at anybody, but you go in there, I just want to raise my hand and just be like, dude, like it literally smells like if a pickle had a digestive system in here and was just ripping ass. My favorite thing too is when I would be like peak uncomfortable like levels, and then I just hear that little like of the clock, and then like when the minute turns over and you're like, oh, what time? You look up, somehow it's earlier than it was when you checked it last time. It's like, man, I don't think I'm ever gonna leave. Like this is literally, I'm gonna be in here forever. Every once in a while you'd have those multiple choice questions where you had to like narrow it down as a class to like the two best, and then when half the class or a majority of the class would get it wrong, the teacher would always act like, oh yeah, like it was this one. It's like, bro, you got access to the answers. You can't be acting like you would have known. Cause like, come on now, like you were probably thinking C when the class was debating between A and B. Like, let's be real. Whenever you have those classes that are like right after lunch or like towards the end of the day, sometimes the teacher will bring in like a lunchbox, and they always eat like the wackest things. Like you're typically thinking like, oh, like maybe just a sandwich, maybe this, maybe that, and then you like find out what they eat, and they're like, yeah, I had bologna with wheat thins and a tuna spread, and it's like, okay, maybe we have the culprit for why it smells so bad in here. They're always like jangling the keys around too to like let everybody in and like making a bunch of noise. And it's like, yeah, we get it. Like you have a key. Another thing I never really understood about English class is why they got the desks so close together. Like, I mean, obviously this was like pre-COVID, but it's like, bro, if I gotta sneeze, what am I supposed to do? Look at the moon? Like, what? Like, there is nowhere to like turn and sneeze. You're just all just like elbow to elbow. There's no room. Somebody's backpack's on your shin at all times. You can't, like, I just don't understand why they had to put the desks so close together. Like, is that just like a requirement for English class? You got to be like within like arm's reach of everybody. SparkNotes was like always frowned upon too. It's like, no, 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 don't use a resource that saves you time and gives you a better evaluation of the material you're supposed to look at, because that's just efficient and that's how businesses work. Don't do that. Make sure you read it, miscomprehend it, and then make yourself look like an idiot in front of the whole class. That's just how it goes, man. That's English class. That's the English experience. That's just my take on it, but that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one.